On the morning of October 2nd, 2006, Charlie Roberts, a father of 3 young children, entered an Amish schoolhouse in Pennsylvania and shot 10 little girls, killing 5 of them, before taking his own life. After 7 years of silence, avoiding every media assault, his wife, Marie Monville, published her story. One light still shines, my life beyond the shadow of the Amish schoolhouse shooting. It was the forgiveness, grace, and compassion expressed by the Amish community that overwhelmed Marie's family and brought glory to God as it made news around the world.
That afternoon, as I was standing in my parents' kitchen looking out the window, I saw a group of Amish men walking down the street, and I knew they were coming to my parents' home. And I went to my mom and dad and said, "What do? I don't know what to say." You know, there wasn't time to even think about that by then, about what it would be like to talk with these people and how would I express myself to them. And my dad said, "Just stay inside and I'll go out." And so I watched from the window, and I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I could see everything. You know, I saw them put their hands on his shoulder and wrap their arms around him. And as he came back inside, you know, it took him time to recover from the emotion of that moment. And he said, "Marie, they came because they were concerned about you and the children. They want you to know that they've forgiven Charlie and that they're extending grace and compassion over your whole family."
As I read Marie's book, the most moving moment for me took place at the burial of her husband.
You know, you can't ever imagine what that's really going to feel like, but in that moment there wasn't any way to think that anything could be harder than this. Not just the emotion of losing your spouse, the father of your children, but the way that he chose to leave this world. And as we were driving to the cemetery, I saw that as we approached it, there were media across the street. And I was thinking, God, on this heart-wrenching day of our lives, I don't want the world looking in. I don't want to be a spectacle with my children and our family. And as we came around the corner and into the parking lot, a group of Amish people started walking towards us in a single file line. And as we drove in, they came and stood on the other side of our car, and they shielded us from the onlookers of the media. You know, all that could be seen were their backs.
Can you imagine that out of the worst day of your life, a love story could unfold? That's how Marie describes this account of her journey, but it hinged on choices she made by faith.
That very afternoon of the shooting, I knew that I was faced with a choice. I could either choose to believe that God is everything I had ever read in the pages of the Word, all that I had felt Him speak to my heart or heard others testify of Him to be. I could choose to believe that that God was somehow going to rescue our family, or the only other choice was to believe that we were going down like the fastest sinking ship. And you know, I couldn't wrap my mind around how God could rescue us except to believe that He would.
Marie never thought she could handle something so dark, so difficult. She says she didn't have to. Her encouragement is, there is no situation beyond God's redemption. We're here to believe with you and for you, whatever it is you're facing today. Our prayer lines are always active. You're going to want to hear the rest of Marie's story, and that's at 100huntley.com. If you have a need today, please call our prayer lines.